In this video, we're going to talk about what I wish I knew before getting into sneaker botting. So I've been botting sneakers for the past 4 years of my life. I've spent well over $50,000, honestly probably closer to $75,000 botting sneakers. Obviously the past 4 years have not all been uphill. There's a lot of things nobody really talks about when you're getting into sneaker botting. So in this video, I'm gonna be going over everything I wish I knew before getting into sneaker botting and the things that I've learned from the past 4 years. So hopefully this video can help you decide if you wanna start sneaker reselling, and if you do, how to be more successful when doing it. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video or I help you guys out in any way, please be sure to leave a like down below and hit the subscribe button for more content. Without any further ado, let's just get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is expenses. There's a lot of miscellaneous expenses that you probably aren't going to take into account when you first get into sneaker botting, but as you move forward, they're going to add up quite a bit. Personally, when I started sneaker botting, I thought all I needed was a sneaker bot and I was good to go. I could get as many pairs as I possibly wanted, but that is not the truth at all. So the first expense we do want to take into account, obviously, is the price to get the shoes. You're gonna have some money to buy these pairs of shoes, anywhere between $150 all the way up to $250. I mean, I've spent probably $400 on a pair of shoes one time at the retail price, not even taking into account shipping and all that stuff. So that's the first expense. Obviously, you're going to have to cover the price of the shoes. You can use credit cards. There are a couple different things you can do, but if you are under 18 and you don't have a credit card, you are gonna have to have that money on hand. And in reality, guys, that's kind of the cheapest part of sneaker botting, is actually getting the shoes, because once you have them, they are worth value, so you could sell them at any point. But things like proxies and servers, they're not really doing you much good if you're not using them. The second expense we have is the actual sneaker bot. Now, as of right now, the bot market is in the absolute trenches. Don't worry guys, it's coming back up. I have a video on that coming soon. It might already be up if you're watching this, so be sure to go check my channel. But sneaker bots in the past have gone for $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. Honestly, the prices were overinflated, but they have gone for that much in the past. Luckily, prices have kind of settled down, more people have left the market, but nonetheless, you are going to have to spend at the very minimum $500 to get a decent bot. On top of that, you're going to have to pay renewal fees of the bot. So a bot like Prism is $150 every 3 months, which is $50 a month, obviously, which can get quite expensive because you're already paying for the bot itself and then plus the renewal fees. And if you have it for 6 months, that's already another $300 you have to make back. So that's just something to take into account, guys. Once you have the actual bot, most likely there are going to be renewal fees. You can get lifetime copies of a bot, but you're going to be spending most of the time thousands of dollars more to get these lifetime copies. So in the end, it doesn't really make sense to do that. The next thing you have to think about are proxies. Proxies are essential when you're sneaker botting, because if you have a really good bot and you don't have any proxies, the bot's not going to do you very much good. And I'm not just talking about like $2 gigabyte residential proxies. You need high quality ISPs, high quality residential proxies to actually have this bot perform the way it should be performing. Proxies like these can cost you anywhere from $100 a month to even a couple $100s a month. I remember at my point when I was buying probably 200 ISPs a month, I was paying at least a couple $100s for those, which is absolutely crazy. But if you want quality proxies, you're gonna have to pay for them, which is just another expense to add on to the running total. The next potential expense you could have are groups. Groups are a very, very valuable asset when you are sneaker botting, because they're gonna give you the most up-to-date information and let you guys know when things are happening. So if you have a high quality sneaker bot, you have high quality proxies, I would definitely join a high quality group. These groups can go anywhere from $25 a month all the way up to $100 a month, which is very expensive, but there are groups that are 100, and they could potentially be worth it if you're operating at that high of a level. But just like proxies, it's another thing just gonna add to the expense. The next thing you might wanna think about are servers. If you have a couple high quality bots, you can't run them all on the same computer. Therefore, you're either gonna have multiple computers or multiple servers. Personally, I was paying $60 to $70 a month per server, and I had about 3 servers at the time because I was running 5 or 6 different bots. So if you have a couple high quality bots, you're gonna need a couple high quality servers, which just adds on to the expenses, like I keep saying. Now, a little disclaimer, guys, you don't need to have the highest quality things. You don't even need to have a server when you're getting started. You can start out with a lower tier bot, maybe some lower tier proxies, but just know you're not gonna have as much success as the guys that are using the top quality stuff. But you can definitely get away with spending maybe $50 a month on proxies, buying a $500, $600 bot, and joining a $30, $35 group. The next thing I want to talk about are programs. These are programs like Kylan, OneClick, AYCD, Essentials, stuff that are going to be used to manage your one-click Gmails and your profiles, things like that. These aren't too expensive, but over the course of a year or two, they can definitely add up. Programs like these are typically going for $10. I I think the max like $30, something like that. But like I said, over the course of 2 years, that can get very expensive. The last thing I want to talk about are miscellaneous charges. These are like one-click Gmails, shipping addresses, something like that. Maybe the shoes get stolen off your porch and FedEx does nothing about it. There are going to be a lot of random expenses that you just don't see and you can't really predict at that moment. So you need to make sure you have some capital saved up for those expenses. Almost like a rainy day fund, if you will. You have some money set aside that just in case something happens, you're not going to be shit out of luck. Now I know I just went over a bunch of expenses that easily added up to a couple $100s a month just to start reselling, but that's not the case, guys. You don't need to get all the best stuff, like I said before, to get started. Start where you can and work your way up. Sneaker botting is definitely an expensive hobby, but it can be very profitable if you do it right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is a learning curve. You're obviously not going to wake up tomorrow and be a sneaker botting expert, so it is going to take time for you to learn these bots, learn about proxies, servers, and all the releases, which in turn is most likely going to cost you some money. Personally, I wasn't very successful with using a bot for the first probably 2 or 3 months. That is because I didn't join a group and I was learning everything myself. But nonetheless, it took me 2 to 3 months to actually get started. And if I didn't have that much capital, that could have really taken a toll on me. And in my opinion, botting was a lot easier back then because there wasn't so many bots, there wasn't so much competition. It was a lot more straightforward and easier to do. But like I said, guys, it is going to take time for you to learn these bots. I definitely suggest you join a group if you are getting into reselling or even thinking about getting into reselling. Join a group for 1 month, see if it's for you, talk to those guys. You're gonna get a direct line of support from them, so they're gonna let you know like maybe this isn't the time for you to start botting. Just save up a little bit more money and then maybe in a couple months get into botting. Just like with everything, guys, botting is going to take time, so definitely be patient with it. Don't be too hard on yourself. It might take you a couple weeks or even a couple months to get started, but once you know what you're doing, it can definitely become profitable for you. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is competition. As we've seen over the past couple years, botting has just got more competitive, especially with the pandemic. I saw a lot of new people joining. That's what overinflated the bot market, but it just made things a lot more competitive. If you have 100,000 people using bots going after a pair of shoes with only 10K stock, obviously there's going to be a lot of competition and a lot of people are not going to get the shoes. And that can be pretty hard on the new guys. If you guys are spending all this money and all this time on sneaker botting and not getting any return, it's definitely going to make things hard for you. But that's not to say that you can't do it, guys. You can definitely do it if you put your mind to it. Definitely be sure to learn from your mistakes. If you don't hit a release, don't get mad and like quit botting. Just see why you didn't hit a release and what you can do next time to get better. Just know, guys, sneaker botting is not impossible. There's a lot of people just like you that are doing it. In fact, I was in your position about 4 years ago, and I just spent a lot of time and effort and money in sneaker botting to get where I'm at. So it's not impossible. If I can do it, you can sure as hell do it. But you're definitely in the right place if you're currently watching this video to get started. If you guys have not subscribed, be sure to do so right now. It's 100% free. I'm making videos every single week for you guys to help you get started sneaker botting and help you take your sneaker botting career to the next level. But in all seriousness, guys, I would highly suggest before you buy anything to make a list of what you're looking to purchase, how much it's going to cost you, how much it's going to cost you every single month, kind of project what your expenses are going to be and what your potential profit is going to be. As always, if you guys have any questions or anything, be sure to hit me up on any of my social medias or drop a comment down in the comment section below. That's pretty much going to wrap up this video, guys. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like down below and hit the subscribe button for more content. Definitely be sure to check out some of my social medias if you have not already. And I'm working on a new project, guys. I want a little bit of feedback. I want you to write down in the comment section below right now, what's one thing that's stopping you from getting into sneaker reselling? Is it money? Is it knowledge? Is it time? What's stopping you from taking the jump right now and getting into it? Be sure to let me know down below. I'm working on an awesome new project I think it's gonna benefit a lot of you guys. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm UnlimitedCop, and I'm out.